I bought a new bikini for this trip, so I have to use it, whether the water is freezing or not.
Lurking below.
How many elk did you say you lost?
Too many. I'm starting to think it's not a poacher.
A new breed of terror
There's nothing in that lake bigger than a truck.
has evolved.
Something bit me.
Oh, you're right.
What was that?
If you want to be a peeping Tom, I'll save you the trouble.
They're smarter.
Hurry up!
They're hungrier.
Teddy, no!
And this time, even more deadly.
Carl here from Brrraaains Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for sure. And it is horror movie review time as we continue our look through the Lake Placid franchise. This is the third film, and it's still unbelievable that it being a franchise is still a thing. This is a straight-to-TV comedy horror that comes from writer David Reed and director Griff First. It stars Colin Ferguson, Yancey Butler, Kirsty Mitchell, Casey Clark, Jordan Grez, and Michael Ironside. It begins 1 year after the events of the second film. Yeah, this actually connects to that. Lake Placid 3 begins very, very strongly as a couple having sex are killed by some baby crocs. It is the one and only time the film manages to get a laugh, all thanks to a brilliant but unfortunate oral sex scene. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Now dead, following the events of the second film, Sadie Bickerman's nephew Nathan and his family are planning to clean up her house and sell it. Nathan would like to keep the place and live there, but his concerns over any surviving crocs in the lake are too great. At least until the sheriff arrives and convinces him that the lake is clear of the beast. It doesn't take much to convince him. While this is going on, Nathan's young son Connor chases a lizard to the lake and comes across the baby crocodiles. So naturally, he starts to feed them in secret. And it just gets sillier from here.
Okay, so I'm down to one hot dog. You guys are gonna have to share. Teddy, no! Come back, Teddy, no! Oh.
2 years later, the crocodiles are now adults and Connor is struggling to keep up with their dietary demands, resulting to stealing meat from the local shop. It's not enough though, the crocs are hungry and there's now plenty of good eating on the lake. Teenagers, a hunter named Reba, Nathan, and whoever else is in this movie. Oh, I've stopped paying attention, it's really hard to care. Nobody cares. The story is as basic as it comes and the characters are really forgettable. It feels like a TV movie and I think the actors treat it like such too. This is all about the crocs and Lake Placid 3 is extremely croc heavy. Now it's weird because having complained about the lack of action in the average original, Lake Placid 2 stepped up and gave us a lot more croc action. Lake Placid 3 goes even further and now turns the crocs into the stars of the film, which is a problem, as every other aspect of the movie is now overshadowed by constant crocodile action. They just can't get the balance right. And here's the thing, action that is mostly CGI and not good CGI either. Lake Placid 2 looked rough, but this is way worse. There's something hilarious about watching average actors pretending to be scared of something that is clearly not there. While that may be normal for all CGI, few films make it so obvious as Lake Placid 3. You can't take it seriously. By the time it reaches its final stages, most will be truly sick of the crocodiles and what Lake Placid 3 has to offer. It could have been worse, I guess. It's not the worst thing you'll ever see, but it's not good. It could have been worse, but not by much. This isn't enjoyable. I was thoroughly bored during this. It just felt so, like an old school lazy sci-fi channel movie. It probably aired on there back in the day. I would be surprised. And for a franchise, it's just shouldn't really be a franchise. It's surprising to see how little effort's being put in to make these movies anything. The story of this is bad. The acting's not good. The characters are forgettable. The action, as I've said already, is just because of the crappy CGI. Yeah, I'm not having a good time with Lake Placid at the moment, I'm afraid. Be interested to see what happens as it goes on, particularly as we start crossing over it and doing crossovers with Anaconda. That should be fun. But for now, This is Lake Placid 3. If you've got any thoughts and you know what to do, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?